Today's this thing?
Yeah, I was able to see the recording. I think I received the link a bit late.
Yeah, I
So,
do.
I,
Yeah, the email had not been released. That's the
okay,
reason. I thought it had already been sent, but then
okay,
when I rechecked after your email, I saw it has not been sent. So that's the reason I said.
okay. I think I have 30 minutes pending. I completed 2.5 hours. 30 minutes are pending.
Okay, good, good, good. So how has your week been with reading experience?
Yeah, it was, I should say truly it was a breathtaking experience because
Hmm.
completing 18 chapters in a week. So I had no time for Facebook or YouTube or other stuff. So
Okay, that's nice. That's nice.
I was completely into it, uh, and also Diwali. Yeah, Diwali disturbed the plan a little bit. So,
Okay.
so it was 1 day late. So I almost took 6 days to complete.
You took 6 days to complete. Okay, that's interesting. So I just want to know what are the changes you felt within yourself as you.
Changes. The first change is whenever I look at the book, I thought I used to think it was huge, but now that feeling completely changed. So I have confidence that I can finish it. And also, other thing is I was able to see that I was able to complete a chapter within 30 minutes.
30 minutes, one
Yeah,
chapter.
one chapter. Yeah.
So did that really help you to calculate how much time will I need?
Yes.
Hmm, good. That's what we want. In fact, we'll be talking about that today also. So that's nice. Hmm, nice. Any roadblocks?
Roadblocks is sometimes when you read a technical book, the logic doesn't hit you within seconds. It takes some time. So it takes some time to analyze and visualize. So that's the roadblock. And the retention part is, I feel like we need more retention techniques so that because my retention was 60%.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had to go 100%, I think I feel I need some more retention techniques.
I would basically say for retention is basically the more you practice, the better it is.
Okay.
And you just you walk on the streets and just try to see few objects and remember.
Oh,
And then that's how if you start practicing, it just picks up faster. It's techniques are techniques. The more you practice, you get like this stuff. That's what it is. So rather than imagine it, so if you want to imagine something, okay, how do I do it? You take time initially.
okay.
So that is what I would always recommend, because through practice itself imagination grows up, and then you can help then you can remember. So okay, so good stuff so far. I have seen you quite active. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Even in Facebook you've been posting. Really nice. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Thank.
is when we post in Facebook, our mind tells that we should complete it, no matter
Mm.
what comes in front.
That is the reason why I ask people, because you're announcing to the world. Even if you tell it to someone and they just ask, "Oh, Subramaniam, did you finish it?" You said, it hits back and like, I gave a word, and you start to respect your words. And that
Yes.
is the biggest transformation you'll have. Once you give a word, it's done. There's no excuses.
Yes. True.
So that's what I always encourage people. So good stuff. Nice to hear from you.
Okay.
How is Mr. Sibi doing?
Yeah, good.
Sibi, you are also the person who has been quite active in Facebook. So pretty nice.
Yeah,
Keep that thing up.
thank you.
Okay. Welcome, Mr. Srijit. How are you doing? How are you feeling, first of all?
Yeah, fine. Good morning, South.
Good morning. Did you have a nice sleep?
Yeah, I had a sleep. I had a breakfast. Hope you had to.
No, I didn't have a breakfast. I just had the banana and coffee.
Okay.
Sunday's a bit late. It comes outside, and I'm the person who has to get it, but I don't do it. So someone has to arrange that.
Okay.
So it's like that. All right, guys, we have quite a lot of people, okay, joining in. We have Mr. Gupta. Welcome, Mr. Gupta. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, good. Mr. Pramod, welcome. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Oh, I like today. We have quite many people joining in on time.
Yeah.
All right, nice, nice. All right, anything you want to, any comments, any critiques, anything you want to say before we begin? Anyone has anything? Any roadblocks? All right, that means no. All right, good. So guys, as you all know, we always begin with a test. So let's go ahead and open the book and let's see where are we in our last session. Okay. So let me just go ahead and set up my time. Right. I want you to make sure you have this habit of doing the prerequisites every time, guys. It's important. This is, if you want to stay focused for a longer time, this is the way you have to adopt. Okay, good. Are we ready, guys? All right, let's begin. On your marks, get set, go. Continue to read, guys. All right, stop. Let's count the number of lines and the number of words. And please type it in the chat box. All right. Okay. Good, good, good. So we see good stuff. All right. So good performance. I just want to know what was your, okay, could you just put your T1 score? What was your first score and what's today's score? Everyone just put the first score dash new score. First one dash new score. It would be like 250-500, something like this. All right. Good stuff, Sibi. Good stuff, Srijit. Good stuff, Pramod. Awesome. I like that. So has this been your average reading speed now, guys? I just want to know, or today has it just jumped in or dropped down? Has this been your average reading speed? Okay, good. Just type in. For everyone, I believe for, what about Srijit? Is the today's reading speed being your average? Okay, Subramanian is almost 400. All right, good. All right, I get this question is, how many of you have this challenge that how do I improve my vocabulary? How do I learn new words? Does any one of you have these thoughts? Does anyone have this challenge about how do I improve my vocabulary, whether it's technical terminologies or whether it's for improving your communication or anything like that? Because I often receive inquiries regarding I need to improve my vocabulary. So that's something which I want to add up. Does anyone have this challenge? Okay, I see Subramaniam has a challenge. I mean, Gupta has that challenge. All right. So today I want you to understand what's happening over here. So let's deconstruct that and let's make sure that we understand where is the gap which has built up. So this is how you always need to, whenever a problem comes, please do not go for a solution directly. Understand where am I and where should I go? What is the gap? Get that gap cleared up, because this gap is always stopping you. Because when you feel you do not know, you get overwhelmed. Oh my God, another issue. What do I do? And you feel negative, you feel low. Avoid that feeling, because when you come to that negative feeling, trust me, it's difficult to learn anything. It's difficult to move forward. So it's important you understand, get the clarity of the gap. So here's the thing. Whenever you come across a new word, when you're reading, I want you to slow down immediately, as I told you previously, and read the next 2 lines slowly. Because the next 2 lines after that word, you will be able to get an idea what that could be. That's one thing. The second thing is, if you want to learn new words, then the next part is basically to read the whole paragraph, get an idea. Still not able to get the idea, read the whole page, and then move to a dictionary. So now I'm moving into the dictionary, that stage. So when we move to a dictionary, the first thing I want you to understand is, how does this word sound like? That's where the thought process should be. Because what's happening over here, like Tony Robbins always tells, is like, what the new word is over here, what you already know, you need to find out how can I connect what I already know to what I do not know. That is how we learn new stuff. So for the first thing I do is I check, how does the word sound? What kind of thought or image do I get when I read this word, pronounce this word? And then I'm looking into my own dictionary. Sometimes the new word is not connecting with what you already know. So in those cases, what you need to do is break the word into 2 words. two parts. And then you will for sure be able to connect with any word in your own dictionary to that new broken word. That's how you're doing. So you're trying to build up a connectivity with this new word and then the old word, which you already know. So once you see a connectivity, then I want you to go ahead and look into a dictionary and see the connection with whatever you know with the meaning of that word. I'll do a practical example over here. Then you can throw up, then we'll work together with another example so that you get more clarity over here. For example, there's a word called as appease. This is a word which came up from my student who was going for GMAT. I had mentioned like apply peace, the meaning. Because if you have gone to any GMAT or any competitive exam, they have these words and then there's a meaning. And they just put this word in a sentence and then you need to tell what exactly the word appease means. Those kind of questions come up. And you have more than about 800 words or 600 words, which you have to know the meanings. So it's quite a tough challenge. So over here, what I did was, when the word was given to me is, I went to the meaning, like normal, and then I went into the sentence. We give to charity because it appeases our guilt. Now I understood that it makes peace, apply peace. Now how can I connect this appease? Appease is a new word. So what I did was I broke that word, app and peace. When I hear app, it reminds me of my smartphone apps. Peace is peace. So what I imagine immediately is not like an app and a piece. I just imagine if I click on that app, my cousins, young cousins I have, they often fight. So when I press this app peace button, they have a peace. I just imagine a visualization immediately. So that I connect with all these dots. So what did I do? I broke that, saw how I could connect with this new word, and then I picturized it very clearly so that I get to know what the real essence is. And this is how you have to make sure you do it. And always think about application of that in that day itself. Do not say, okay, appease, yeah, enough. It's forgotten. You imagine it's forgotten very soon because you're not trying to apply it. Now you need to make sure, how can I put this thing in my daily life? A conversation, a Facebook post, or where can I put in a messenger or a discussion? You have to see the application, because most people often tell me that, so I want to improve my vocabulary, but they do not see any application over there. They just want to memorize new words. What's the use? We adults only want to take in something which we will use it. That is how we grow. If you want to feel we are growing, that's when we do. Or we are just obsessed of it, it's okay. That's another issue. It's just like going and shopping clothes. You wear it or not, you just want to buy. That is a different case. But if you want to grow yourself, you have to see the application of that word. That's when you feel you're growing. Or else, how many other words you keep on, how many other books you read, how many other words you memorize, you still feel in the same level because you're not able to remember that. Because the importance of that word just goes off. There's no application. You're just putting a list of words. You need to make sure there's an application for your personal life. Those words. So this is how I want you to do it. Now coming to technical terms. Okay, I'll talk about technical terms a bit later, but over here, this is the process. Now I want to, let's do a practical example over here. If anyone can put across a word which they would like to learn about it, which will help them personally, professionally, so that we can help each other, one to anyone. Because this is quite important if you want to see a growth in yourself. Change the way you speak, change the way you use the words, because the better words you use, you have a better impression built up. That's how it is going on right now. Anyone wants to take a lead and give me a word so that we all work together and come out with a solution? Okay, we have Mr. Subramaniam saying evangelist. Meaning, please. Exact meaning. I have a fair idea of it, but I want an exact meaning. All right, no problem. Okay, this word has been given to us. So what we do is we go to Google. So let me just share the whole thing, how we do it. So we go here. Convert or seek to convert someone to Christianity. Small group, okay, some small groups have been evangelized by the Protestant missionaries. All right, very easy. You know, the moment I understood what came in my mind, I want to share. Group of fathers going to a village and then just spring some water, and then the people of different faith, they're starting to do this. This is an image I just got it right now. So how do I remember? So is that clear? First is I get the meaning, I picturize what it is. Number one. So now coming back, let me go back to the station over here. All right. Now, where can I use this? Now, I want to break it up, evangelize. So what do I hear? So I got an idea, but I want you guys to go ahead and tell me what is the nearest word which connects you with this new word. Anyone wants to take a lead? Unmute yourself and take a lead, guys.
Srijit here. Can it be like a mentored conversion? Conversion, yeah.
Conversion of what?
Means to Christianity, like
Yeah.
this evangelize is like conversion to Christianity, so it's quite similar to conversion basically.
Any religion conversion you're talking about?
Yeah, the meaning
to different
was,
religion?
Yeah, the meaning came out to be that itself. Right?
Yeah, this is what I also got to know. So I'm just picking up that this now I want to make sure how can I make myself familiar with this new word. So what sounds familiar in your own vocabulary with this new word? So when I'm thinking about evangelize is over here is okay. So let's think about it. So evangelize basically is an event is coming over here. For me, an event, an angel. this is what is coming up in my, the immediate connection. If I see in my vocabulary, this is how I'm connecting. Evangelize. So an event and angels. Okay, I can see a picture of white angels and there's an event and this is happening. So now I'm seeing that very clearly, and yeah, event, angels, evangelize. So that's how I connect this. Now to make sure that how can I put this thing into action, I see when I went to St. Joseph's College for a session over there were people evangelizing the new, evangelizing Hindus, evangelizing anyone. So that would be my sentence I would make. So I'm seeing the whole picture. And for me, I want to make it very clear that I have understood. Then I will check, am I using it appropriately? That is where I would check myself. So did you get an understanding? Because what I'm doing over here is I'm kind of making a sentence based on my past experience. When I started the speed reading, I had gone to a Christian school in Bangalore, St. Joseph's. And there I saw all of them wearing, Father was in white robe, Jesus everywhere. So that is my first idea, connection I see with Christianity. So that is my experience. So what am I doing? I'm going with my experience so that it becomes very clear. It is this evangelize is my word now. It's not a stranger anymore for me. I'm taking ownership of this word. And that's what I want you to do. If you are not taking ownership of what you're learning, as it's your stuff, it fades off. And that's what I want. Most people do not take ownership as it's theirs. It becomes an alien, and you have so many stuff, alien stuff, not connecting to you, personally not connecting to you. It's not at all important. And that's what I just did for you guys.
Hi, South. I am Shubham.
Yeah, tell me. I can see you.
Here in the para from which I quoted the word is on business relationship. Okay, so here the lines are is so, such that the meaning of evangelize will be something not related with Christianity.
Okay.
Okay. I am just narrating the line.
Yeah, please.
So I invite you to get out of your office and go circulate. Being out there makes a good thing happen. Nothing really happens until you move. Shake hands, do lunch, show genuine interest, spread your goodwill, evangelize your message. Remember that before someone will lend you a hand, you need to touch their heart, and that business is all about relationship. This was the para. And
so
I
this
want to know
paragraph completely what picture I had. Okay, that was for Christianity for me. Now what I do is, look, when I got this, I went to Google. What information I get from dictionary, that is the picture I create first. Okay, that was a Christian thing. Now I'm seeing based on that picture I got. Okay, I'm going with this word and seeing it. So what he's trying to say, evangelize, is basically to network with people, to tell your message. That is what he's trying to say. And over there also the scene which I created was, they were networking, they were meeting people, talking about how your life is, and then come to Christianity. That is what a network event is happening over there. But it was under Christianity. So I take the same concept over here. For me right now, evangelize could be a networking event where you're communicating, meeting up people. So it could be applied to any business or a social gathering. That's how I do it. An image
that is more related to this para.
Yes, because because the most important thing over here is, once you go to dictionary, whatever image you get, a sentence you get, you grab it. Because dictionary tries to make things much simpler for you. A sentence. So you get an idea with that, right? Now with idea, you have to see how can I connect with my current situation, my current paragraph. And that's how you work. And every day you need to make sure that you learn at least 10 words or 5 words. Make it important, Mr. Gupta, because it's really important. If you do not make it as a priority, trust me, life becomes busy. And the sad part about human beings are, if they are not feeling they're growing, although they're doing so many stuff, you just feel that same level. Make it a priority to not bring in busyness as a reason. It is for your self-growth, because once you feel you're growing, your confidence grows up. Everything grows up. And please do not discount. The reason why I tell this thing, because if I see the performance, I do not see most of you updating. And there would be an excuse, busyness south, this thing happens south, that thing happens south. This will be there. This was there even before you joined the program. And this will be there even after you leave the program. So decide, do you want this busyness to continue and you feeling low, or we make sure that we stop that, give importance to our growth. It's just a matter of 10 to 20 minutes. It's not even a matter of 1 hour. That is where I really want to emphasize over here. All right, any questions regarding vocabulary? How do I remember anything? A new vocabulary, how do I develop that? As I go into technical reading, I will share my story and I'll also try to go in details on that. So this is basically to build up a communication, a rapport. The reason why I say everyone needs to have a habit of learning vocabulary, I do not know if this you have experience, but when I was working in L'Oreal, and when people would use these kind of words, they looked a bit classy. I would be very honest on that. Although many people say you need to connect with people, yes, you need to connect with people, but in that atmosphere, if you use those words, it really sounded you're more educated, you're an experienced person. For me, that was the way I saw it. And that's when I realized that I want to be like that person. But how do I do it? Memorize? No, man, so boring. I'll go back to my own side. And that's how I always used to stop myself. But when I recollect those moments, why do I look up to people? Because they use these Barkada, the way she speaks, the way the words she puts in. Not a big fan of anyone, but the way they put in words, it sounds as if very classy, very educated. It feels good. That is my opinion. You could have a different opinion. It's all right. But it's always good to improve your vocabulary on a daily basis. Because few of you might have like, oh, I don't read books. For me, it's okay, I can manage it. But always have this thought, like if I can speak in a different way, use different words, it really helps. Because what happens is, rather than giving excuses that my circle does not understand those words, so why should I learn that? It's about time you change your circle so that you meet those higher level people who speak those words. You're spending a lot of time with that circle. So that is an indication. This is my personal opinion. You can have a different opinion. So this is something which I learned from my mentors. So that's where I feel that learning vocabulary should always be a habit. Is this Srijit?
Yeah, Saud, I have a question. Like to increase our vocabulary, like should we have to go through different books of different kind, or should we take one single book of like a study kind of book for the GMAT or anything which has a vocabulary, voracious vocabulary practice? and we continue of learning 10 words each from that vocabulary and apply? Or should we go for a whole book like of a Dan Brown book or anything and come across whatever new words which we face and we write it down? Which one is better?
I would always say that this is something which I just read from Robin Sharma. I want to share it, what I just learned it from him. He has this habit of reading musical books. Yesterday, someone just told about musical books, right? And I really understood, based on this reading, a thought just became very clear. He mentioned that he started reading Rolling Stone magazine, music. And that's where he was getting different ideas for his own coaching business. So I would basically, this is something which I would like to experiment, because I just got to know this idea and it gives me a confirmation, yes, it is right. So what I would do is I would basically go for something like TEDx Talks, a book, how they're speaking, on public speaking. And then I would also go ahead and go for interviews, whether it's Bollywood, Hollywood, anything outside my normal medicine or my normal subject. I would always do that because I want to test it out. And guys, in life, please test it out. It's important. Rather than just take an opinion, I tell an opinion because I want to test it out, because it's what I see possibilities of growing myself. That's the reason I see like, yes, it will work out. From my experience, it tells me yes. But anything, anyone's opinion, whatever it is, mine or any reviews, you need to test it out. Because you know what? At the end of the day, you need to acknowledge, respect your gut feeling. The gut feeling is something which really helps you to move forward. So hear your gut feeling and make sure you encourage it. So I would say always test it out. These are other ways where you can test it out, and make sure that you try to move into that circle of people that really helps you as if you're growing. At least in a forum where you're just speaking up on something, on a topic. Like CB has in Quora, about Quora and about his mechanical engineering. Just go into those kind of discussions. Be part of those discussions. That will really help.
I got it.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Anyone has any questions? Okay, Gupta has mentioned one thing I want to know is, while reading, speed reading, if some uncommon words appear, I stop there, refer its meaning with dictionary, and then move on reading. Thus my speed breaks. What did I mention previously, Mr. Gupta, is basically once you stop, please do not grab the dictionary immediately. Let your instinct, try to figure it out as you read, what it could be, and then read the whole sentence, and then go to the dictionary, whole paragraph, then the whole page. Then still you're not clear, even you get an idea just to confirm, then go to a dictionary. Please do not discount yourself by wrong myth saying that I am from so and so background, this is my new language, I'm not smart enough. That is all BS for me. Please do not discount yourself. You have good experience, you're good, you have achieved so much of success, whatever you have achieved, please appreciate that acknowledgement and move forward. Because once you do that, you will break that. Like, I do not know. You're like, yeah, I know it, I can figure it out. That thought comes up, and that's important. Wherever you go in life, I can figure it out faster. That's what I want. Okay, because every time you might not get internet, you might not get a dictionary. It's over here. You have to figure it out. So be equipped. All right, guys, good stuff, guys, going on. Getting some clarity on how do you learn new vocabulary. Please make it as a habit. It's important. All right. make sure you be part of those kind of, if you're joining a mastermind program to grow yourself, that's great. Or else join forums for free and be part of those circle so that you are in an environment to grow. All right, guys. Yeah, so what I did was, so let's give a recap. New word. If I cannot connect with that word, break that word. When I break, there's definitely some way I can connect with that broken piece, like app and piece, app for piece. And then you imagine. Then go to a dictionary, get that clarity that what I thought is approved from an authorized body. And then try to see the application. Take ownership of that word. Do not make it as a stranger. If you take it as a stranger, it will not last for long. That is how you grow yourself. And make a habit of at least 5 words. All right, guys, let's move to technical reading. How to read technical documents, reports, whatever it is. Now, before I go over there into technical reading, I want you to really understand how is technical documents. Because many people think like technical documents is like, I read like this, it should come up. That kind of thought process it is. Now, a technical document is something like, if I can compare over here, is like running on a hill and then running on top of a mountain. Will the speed be the same? It's going to be tough when you climb up a mountain compared to a hill because of its own challenges. The techniques are correct. When you're reading a self-help book, you see great improvement. But when you're reading a tougher, a hard, complex stuff, you apply similar techniques, but the results reduce down. Except this stuff, because you are into a different platform. First thing, it's difficult compared to a self-help book. Self-help book is easy flow. Technical, initially, I'm talking about someone who's just joining into a technical language, learning new skill on technology. If you're in the same line, yes, it becomes easier, but it is something new. It is jargon. It is new. Technical documents are often forced upon us to read. Quite less percentage of people love to read technical documents. Because there's money, people read it. If there was no money, people would, if you got money just reading self-help books, people would prefer reading self-help books. This is how it is. It's forced upon. So understand there are barriers when it comes to technical reading. The speed normally decreases 50 to 60% is less compared to your regular reading. Be aware. This is on an average scale I'm taking. For few, it might be high also. For few, it will drop. So for example, if your reading speed is somewhere approximately like 400, when you're reading a normal book, your technical reading book should be between around 250 to 300 words. Or 200 words also. Accept it. All right? And I want you to understand, the more you increase your normal reading, the better you will perform in your technical reading. It will increase. So it's over here, regular reading, speed reading, self-help books, technical reading will be there. The more like this, it will come like this. The more like this, it will come like this. This is how the system works. So with this understanding, I want you to go through a 3-step process. But before I go to the 3-step process, I want to tell you, how do I approach a technical document? Whether it's an algorithm, whether it's a law case, this is a standard formula. All right? The first thing is I need to build up a rapport with this strange stuff, complex stuff. I build up a rapport, and then I need to observe myself. Many people never observe, and this is the biggest challenge. When I say observe myself is, am I getting overwhelmed now? Is it too much? Because there are reasons why you get overwhelmed is because you come across new words, you come across things which you're not able to understand, and you come still pushing yourself and reading. Situations like this come up, and that's when you're getting overwhelmed. You should understand that yes, when I go through a technical document, you have to build up rapport, means you need to know, you need to have some idea before you jump in. Understand like, okay, when is my high? Is getting too much. What is making me getting overwhelmed? Identify those trigger factors. And then the third thing, you need to change your state. Move away. Do not sit down and just scrape, oh my God, there's so much. When do I do it? What is this? All that. Do not go into that. Change your state means stop. Okay, this is how it is. This is understand the reality of where you are, how complex this thing is, and then take a break. This is a regular pattern I want you to adopt. Now I'll go in details. Till now, does anyone have any questions so far? No questions? All right, good. So there are 3 stages whenever I read a technical document. Whether it's algorithm, whether it's law books, whatever it is. First is the preview. Next is the overview. Next is the read. This is how I do it. You know, the other day, my friend happened to go to the law, and the lawyer just wrote whatever you call that section or a document and just gave it. This is what happened in front of me. The moment he saw a government legal document, he was like, oh my God, this is what happened. And he's trying to read slowly, 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 and he's looking at me like, where did I get stuck up? I cannot understand anything, South. The mindset was, when he saw the paper of technical document with the seal, he's like, oh my God. He was overwhelmed immediately. And this does not only happen for a law case. This happens for every technical document. Something, a field which you're jumping into, which there's a good market, there's more money, and you want to move into that, it happens. And with that overwhelmness, you continue to read. Nothing happens. Just because there's shortage of time. I don't have time. I have to figure this out. Please do not go with that zone. If you do that, trust me, you're not getting even 10% of it. When I say 10% is for a long term, I'm calculating, not for a short term. So this is what happens with everyone. Am I correct or wrong? Give me a feedback, because I haven't been getting any feedback from you guys. And this was my absolute experience. I saw it, and for me, I do not read what you got sections or documents. I never do it, or even the the last thing I read was the rental document paper. This is what I have read. It is a government seal that 100 rupees or 2,000 rupees. That's what I've read. And you know, when he gave it to me, immediately I did was, okay, this looks like the rental paper. I just made it very easier for me. I built up a rapport. Yeah, it should be the same. The fonts are same. You know, typewriters, they have the same font. Same thing was there. I've read this. Different content, but same format. It looks similar. That's how I did it. I just entered with an ease. He could not enter because there was overwhelmness. That was happening. It was something like you entered a park and there are full clouds. And you're like this, like this, like this. No, I don't want to come. But I just entered with a mask and I went in. This is the only difference I did. So this is how what I'm trying to give you an example is important. So what do we do in the preview stage? Here is the thing. The preview stage is, I always think of benefits first. Before the preview stage, I see how is it similar. When I say benefits, is like, suppose I'm learning a new technology. I always see, if I learn this, I can get additional 20,000 in my bank. I'm thinking of benefits. There's so much. I'm the first person to that. There's no competition. I can easily enter into this. Example, I have to learn a new language. I'm moving out. If I can learn this language, I can connect with more people. The other day, I met my cousin. He has gone to Tamil Nadu, and he says that, I asked him how his life is like. No South, everyone speaks the local language, no Hindi speaking over there. And you know, I want to come back to Bangalore. This was what he said. But in his hospital, they're good patients who come down. And it's a very good place for him to learn. But because of not able to connect with patients much easier, and always seeing those local language conversation, he really is feeling not good. So the first thing is, you always need to see a benefit. If I can connect over here, I can establish my own clinic or do something over here. It's much easier. There's no competition over here. When I come back to Bangalore, there's so much of competition. It's a metro city. You know, those kind of thoughts. Benefits are the first thing you have to always see in anything. Another example, if not benefits, someone in your circle who has accomplished big in a company. Just think about that guy and like, wow, this person went through these steps. Let me follow those steps. How much he might be making. Go to salary.com. Check out the salary of that kind of person in that title. You will get idea. This is an inspiration. That is the reason why you want. Because you want to get something. That's the reason you are moving into this technical documents. Because when you read technical document, there is a good ROI. That's the reason. People want to learn new stuff because they're better perks. Whether it's recognition, whether it's going abroad, whatever it is, there are perks. You feel growth. That is the reason. So always see that picture immediately. Find out the logic or the possible connection, which could happen or could not happen. If you remember my experience when I was working in L'Oreal, I got an opportunity. I was given a task to learn SAP PP. And that was something which I really did not want to do it. But since my boss gave me a project on that, because the resource was not available, production planning, PPAs, if people do not know, the first thing I asked him was like, how long is this project for? And it's not long, South. We just need more resources because we're going live. That was what he told me. So there's no long-term growth for me. The second thing is possible connection. If I connect with this AVP, the head of this project lead, there might be better chances for me to get into a different project. Future mein kaam aayega. Future, there will be help. And it's good to add in my resume. L'Oreal and this project also done, work with the team lead, work with the core team, all that if I can put up, good stuff. So when I saw possible connections, and that made me ease. Yeah, it's good. This is not a problem. This is an opportunity for me to. Because remember, I was a contractor. For me, the biggest challenge for contractor is to make sure they stay in one place for a longer term. So they extend their contracts. Because contractors need to travel here and there. So it's a headache moving all your luggage to another place. Too much of expenses coming. So that was my situation, guys. For you, it will be a different thing. I'm sharing you my personal experience over here, and this is how I did. Did it work out? No, nothing happened. A good friendship happened. That's it. Facebook friend we became. That's it. LinkedIn connection happened. Nothing else happened. What happened was from SAP Warehouse Management, got a recommendation, went to a different project. This thing worked out. But I didn't know what would happen for me, right? And that's how I approached. So once you build up a bigger picture, the growth in me, you see that, you feel good about it. And then I want you to adopt the 4th step. You smile. What is this going to give to South? Say the statement and build up that urgency. Sit erect and go ahead with that. When you go ahead with this thought process, trust me, it works. When it comes to technical reading, I would always suggest that you put a deadline also to yourself. Don't go, okay, I'll read it, because technical is a bit slow. You start very slow and then it picks up. So this is how it is. Why am I telling all this? Because I want you to be very aware. Because people, when they come to me, they're like, okay, I need to read like this. Woof. Technical, so I should read like this. Yes, you will be able to read it. Because if you're in that field and you have been reading it, yes, you'll pick up faster. But I don't want to give the guarantee for every person will happen. For me, my technology, yes. If I had to move to a different technology, which because of need of promotion or need of a job, it's tough. I need to understand because I am a fresher for that technology. So I am approaching for a person who has 10 years or 15 years of experience, but moving to a different field. How do you pick up? Because if you can tackle that problem, trust me, in your own field, it is much faster. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. People attack with overwhelmness. They're really not interested. Oh, I have to do this. Why am I doing this? Can't I get a better job? What I know already. Very negative. And they start to stop themselves from growth. They're like, okay, it's okay, I'll do the same easy task. Less headache. So please do not stop yourself. So I'm talking about those environment, because if I can solve those kind of people's problem, trust me, the other people who are working in the same field, good. We had a person who was an advocate, Mr. Sitesh, and he went over there and he was able to read law cases much, much faster. And he came back and said, the best thing about my experience from you was basically I was able to speak in front of senior lawyers, advocates. And I am a bacha in front of them. And lawyers have a big ego. Oh, he's a new. They push him aside. That's their self. It was a real problem. But when I started speaking, they were like, who is this? In the courtroom, I was advertising myself. That I know it. And that was a big booster for me. In front of a senior person, I'm able to speak. And he's like, yeah. And he's giving me his 5 minutes. It's a huge thing, South. He's asking me to come down to his office to discuss about this case. It's a huge growth for me. So this is what I'm trying to say over here. This, when an advocate can change, because he has to read law cases, everything, technical stuff, and he has to read the law books again to make sure he's connecting with the dots. It works with everything. So that's where I want you to be. Now, at this point, does anyone have any questions? I'm asking you repeatedly because I want to make sure that everyone is on the same page today. Because technical reading is where you are getting paid. You are getting money. After this session, you do have additional bonus where you can share few documents with me. That's how I do it. First, I give you the general way of approaching technical documents. Then what happens is after this whole week, next week, you get a chance to have a one-on-one session with me. That is the bonus for you guys, where you share your documents, and if you're not able to figure out a solution, I'm there for you, where we work together to make sure you become efficient. So right now, we go with the normal norms, because I will not be doing justice if a doctor is coming up and he tells us, how do I approach this? A different strategy will be approached. We check out what's the problem. Algorithm, completely different. How do I do it? So right now we go with the standard techniques. Then if you have challenges, you can come and approach me. I go through it for about 2 days, do a homework, and then come. So that's a benefit which I give to you always, because I want to make sure that you're becoming efficient in your work. Because the more efficient you are in your work, you'll get more paid. Simple. You become better, you start loving yourself, loving your job, you start thinking of growing yourself. All right, any questions? Let me look into, any questions? No questions. All right, good. Okay, guys, do you need a break, guys? Yes, no, go ahead and tell me. Subramanian says yes, yes, yes. Everyone is into break. There's no one who's like, no. All right, guys, good. Okay, so far, how is it going on for everyone? I want to hear from you guys. Okay, please rate it from 0 to 10. This is how I always do it. Pramod, everyone, I want to hear from all of you. Give me a rating from 0 to 10. How is it going on? All right, okay. All right, good stuff. All right, chalo. Thank you very, very much. All right, let's take a break and then I will be back. Okay, it's almost 10:52. So we'll be back by around, by 11:05. 11:05, yeah, 11:05 would be good. 15 minutes. All right, chalo, take care, guys. Go enjoy yourself. Hello guys, are we back? Subramaniam is back. What about Srijit is back? And then Mr. Gupta, Pramod, Sibi is back. All right, awesome guys. Do we have all of you who signed up over here? Okay, Pramod is yet to come. Okay, no problem. So guys, so far what we have understood is we talked about how do you improve your vocabulary, and then we went into technical reading. In the technical reading, the first step was to go through the preview stage, where what we did is we first looked for our beneficial thing, the logical connection. How is it going to help me? And then the possible connection, possible connections. And then you go with the fourth step. So this is the first step. Next, here it is. Now I want you to go ahead and read the headlines. When I say headlines, it also includes the table of content. Then read the headlines of that particular chapter. Then the subheadings. Then I want you to look into the charts and diagrams. Very, very important. They give an idea immediately what is happening, what are important stuff. Once you do that, I want you to go apply the Zoom comprehension technique, where you read the two lines of each paragraph, plus I want you to read the words in italics, the bold words. And this is what I want you to do. First, we read the table of content, then the headings. You know why I say table of content? Because you do have, okay, if when you're working on a technical document, is you are not working on the whole project. Okay, for me, functional spec, when I was working on a functional spec, it had different stuff. I was only working on the material creation. So I would search where is the material creation, and then I would know all this because that really gives me idea when I'm going to the board meeting. Okay, he's from that department. This is where he checks. This is what he does. Rather than, I don't know who is this. Yeah, something he does. So that is the reason why I say table of content. From the table of content, you look into your areas of task. Headings, get an idea what it is. Then the subheadings, see what all it's talking about. And then diagrams, very important. Diagrams, charts, very, very much important. And I want you to give some time for the diagrams and charts. Just don't look, okay, this is there, this is it, this is it. Don't do that, because the diagrams are basically like pictures for the text. So try to see, okay, this is the sales. So 90% sales has happened. This is how much, whatever is happening. The flow diagram, whatever it is, try to see, make yourself more familiar with this. Give some time over there. Don't scan through it. And then go to the Zoom comprehension, because that really helps you to get more and more comprehension. You have not read, you're getting yourself familiarized with an unknown and trying to take ownership as if it is my stuff. That's where I want you to do. Guys, I just want to know, do you have a technical book or a PDF file with you right now? I'm talking technical would be your own professional book. Subramanian say yes. Okay, what about Gupta? Any PDF file, anything like that, guys?
Yes, I'm having with me.
All right, good. Gupta, you must be having a PDF file. Go to your portal or bring out something, because you should be having some kind of documents. Check it out. I can see Gupta's face when I see technical documents. This is your bread giver, man. Make a smile. This is giving you money. So go ahead and look into it. Now look, Mr. Gupta, now look, when you smile, it becomes easier. When you say, yeah, where is it? I have to search and all that. You're building that cloud, overwhelmness. So we need to break that thing, clear it as quickly as possible whenever it attacks you. That's what I meant. So go ahead and, does everyone have, does Sibi has? Oh, good, you found it. All right, good. So now, okay, let's go with the previous stage. All right, now I want you to see and I want you to think of a benefit. Yeah, it's all your book. You're not sharing to anyone, guys. I don't want to read anything of your company or your documents. So confidential stuff for you. So I want you to go through this preview. Now think of a benefit, logical benefit or a possible connection which you can establish with this document. And please type in what is that connection you have built up right now. With your document, I want you to tell me, give me a name of your document versus functional specs or law or whatever it is. And then what is that connection you have built up? If it's a report, what kind of connection do you think? If I go through this report, what are the plus points for my future? Whatever it is, I want to hear it out. Today is all about implementation, guys. I can go with the flow, do this, and bye-bye, see you. I don't want that. All right, good. I like that. I want all of you to, I hope everyone can see what you're writing. A technical document related to Microsoft. All right, what is the benefit you're looking into, Pramod?
Actually, it's a technical thing. Like, you know, I'm with the help of this book, I can get into getting more details about this Microsoft product, and in future, there's a big scope for this. So
Yes, sir.
This is my interest. Like, I'm looking forward.
Can you repeat it? I cannot hear you.
Hello.
Yeah.
This is the benefit. Like, I'm looking into the book. Like, if I go through the book completely, then I can get a good, it's a hike in terms of like, you know, technical things.
Technical gist. I can have a grab hold of this content, this subject, this topic. That's good. Now, okay, you know, okay, Pramod, right now the feeling I'm getting is like, so if I read this book, yeah, I can get some, I'll know more about my Microsoft technology. That will not motivate you still for a long time. Trust me. Another another technical book is there. How much should I connect about this Microsoft? It will come like that. Okay? Every month, something this Microsoft keeps on publishing, I have to read this. You're moving into that zone, right? So that is not motivating. What is motivating is like that, okay, if I can read this thing, I have more chances of shining in front of so-and-so. Client. A recommendation he gives, that gives me a spark. That motivates you. Don't think another technology, another thing. How many times should I keep on reading? They keep on publishing and our task is to keep on learning. Okay, we'll become like, we will go negative. So do not go. We do because we want a recognition. That is the reason. Ultimately, human beings want recognition.
Yes.
Look, even my feedback, I ask, how am I doing? It's a recognition. Is it going on well? Are you connecting with me? That's how I do it. Everyone is looking for that. I put hard work. Is that hard work being able to connect with me? That is where I want you to see. So please go in that direction. See always a recognition, a growth, which inspires you. Don't say ha 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 ha. All right? So now, please think of a new connection. Pramod, type it in the chat box. All right, let me see to Subramaniam. Certification training, I can familiarize with the commands, which can help my daily troubleshoot. Good stuff. Also, it adds value in my, as my image in my team if I can learn more commands to isolate the issues. Perfect, Subramaniam. This is like a feel-good factor. That is the reason. You are feeling good in front of people. If I can do it faster, great stuff. I like that. I can speak about network jargons with my next level of people. Awesome. This is where you're thinking high, and I love that. Good stuff. Subramanian, you got my point. What about Siddhi? What about Mr. Gupta? Pramod, I'm waiting for you too. Srijit, good stuff. Troubleshoot at ICU. Something happens. I know how to work out an ICU. Very critical time. Awesome. Saving the patient, saving the hospital's name. Good stuff. That is a big motivation. Good stuff, Gupta. Siddhi, good. I can work easily and get appreciations. Good stuff. I want you to always think in that, okay? I'm not trying to force you to think in that, guys, but this is how human beings are. You want to be rewarded because you're putting hard work with it. And for you, the reward would be different. Just having a cup of tea with someone you look up to is like a big reward. So whatever reward you are looking, please have that reward in your mindset. Good stuff, Gupta. I like that. That motivates. Now you're clearing off all that cloud, like, oh my God, where do I search? Everything, the documents. You're like, yeah, I want that. And that's the reason I'm doing this. That's my goal. Good, good. Did I miss anyone? Good one, Siddhi. Good one, Subramaniam. Sridhar, Pramod. I haven't got Pramod's, the new one. The new thought process. And get recognized. Good stuff. All right, guys. Now you got an idea what I'm trying to say? Good. Now I want you to do the fourth step, pre-reading with the document. You smile at the document. You say, what is this? What am I learning? You can change the topic as what am I learning about? How is this going to help me? Your name should be there. The topic should be there. What is this topic going to give to South? Simple as that. Say that statement looking at the book and build up an urgency. Say the statement, feel important, build up that urgency. And then imagine a ball or an orange and sit erect. Very important. This is the first stage. All right. Now the next stage is, I want you to read the table of content. If you already have read it, you can read it. Open a new chapter. That would be really good. Read the headings, subheadings, diagram, chart. Spend some time for these 3 steps. and then move to the zoom comprehension technique. Take your time on this stage. Read the heading, get an idea what it might be. Okay, technical stuff. This is the system. Going in details. More detailed stuff is coming up. Whatever it is. If you have diagrams, great stuff. And then go ahead and read the first 2 lines of each paragraph. That's what I would prefer. So I want you to do for at least 3 pages now. Go ahead and read 2 lines of each paragraph for the first 3 pages. Continue to read. You need to get more ideas. Get an idea what is this chapter talking about. That's all important stuff. Which paragraph is important? Key points. If you can figure it out also in this Zoom comprehension, great for you. I'll give you 2 more minutes. Continue. If you finished 3 pages, continue read the 4th page also. If you want. If you have finished, just type in done. Continue to read. At least 3 pages. It says done. Superman says done. Okay, awesome. Good stuff, Gupta. Okay, Pramod has done. Sibi is done. Okay. Now, any questions at this moment, guys? Any doubts? Any questions? No questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, please.
If with reference to this technical reading, if we read 2 lines per para, will it give a complete picture at first?
What did you
Because
get? Tell me your experience.
my experience was since I skipped those some lines, I was not able to connect between the 2 or 3 paragraphs. But in non-technical reading, I was able to connect.
You're
But
able to
in
connect.
yeah, in technical reading, there was a gap.
All right. Okay. Now you tell me, for that particular document, how many lines would you have? Would you want to read so that you feel more comfortable?
Uh, about three to 4 lines.
3 to 4 lines.
Yeah.
Please do it. So it depends on, guys. This is a very good point which Subramaniam has come up with. Is depending on you need to feel confident. That is the goal. That okay, I'm getting something, not just for the sake of doing it. Go and change it off to 3 to 4 lines. I'm okay with that. The reason why we do overview is to make it your own. Yeah, I'm getting it. It's in my control now. That is the reason why we're doing this overview. Remember, it is in my control. When it is anything is in your control, you are powerful. When your kids are in your control, you feel good. When they're out of your control, you're like, oh, panic. That's what's happening right now. We want to build up, establish that. Okay? All right. Good point. Thanks for sharing that. Really helped everyone. Anyone else has any questions? Okay. Now is the next where you read. So what I want you to do is similar, but there's a twist. I want you to read the first paragraph completely. From the second paragraph, I want you to take a decision. I don't want you to read the first line and the last line over here. I want you to read based on the paragraph, continue to read 5 lines or 10 lines, 20 to 50% size of that paragraph. And then make a decision. Is it important or not? If important, continue to read. If not important, skip it and move to the next paragraph. Normally, when it comes to technical document, it's always a hard copy. It's always a soft copy. You cannot put a mark. Tick, tick, tick. You cannot do that. And technical is heavy. That's how I'm putting it up. For many people, it's easier to not take my words as heavy, heavy, heavy. I'm trying to go for a person who is into moving to a different new technology. I'm working with those people because if I can help that person, I can help anyone. So what happens is once you read half or 20% and then you can make a decision, important or not important. And then I want you to calculate the number of time at least you took for 2 pages. And then divide it into half. Don't just read 1 page and then calculate because you will not get a clear idea for technical document. Read at least 2 pages and see how much time did I spend. And remember, once you read the whole paragraph, please reflect on it. Important, very important. Okay, what is this talking about? That system, I saw it in that software. The other day, my boss was talking about this terminology. This is what he was talking about. Connect the dots quickly. Because for technical, if you're able to see it clearly, it becomes much easier. Once you do that, reflect, it's important, then move to the next paragraph. Read 20 to 50% and then make a decision. Is it important for me or not? Do I already know this stuff? I can skip it. Good. If not, read it. If you still think it's doubt, yeah, something important might come up, read it. And then after reading 2 pages, please time yourself. So you have to time yourself from the beginning itself in this reading. And then I want you to do the calculation. How much time will I take? this is very much important. The calculation, how much time will I read, is so important, because if you see in your work, I do not know whether you have this kind of environment. My boss would always come and say, how many working hours would you require for this task? He would always speak in those terms. And if obviously if you're working in IT, this is the thing, how many man hours you need, work hours you need. This is the way they speak. Why don't we apply the same thing for our technical reading? We never put that technical reading. Okay, 1 hour, I should figure it out. No, it will not happen. Initially, suppose you take even 10 minutes for 2 pages. It's okay, don't get overwhelmed. I'm a slow reader, do not do it. You know what happens? The next 10 minutes, in 10 minutes, you'll read more pages, perhaps 2.5 pages or 3 pages. Initial time takes more, and then it reduces. This is how it has worked for me and many other clients of mine. And you always have a buffer time, please. And another thing I want to add over here is, once you get this familiarized, this is okay, it takes 5 minutes for me to read 1 page, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. You need to have a break afterwards. Please do not continue this. If you're okay with that, continue. But I would always recommend 20-25. Read it, move away. Don't sit there in that position. Stretch yourself. It's important. Go to the bathroom. That's enough stretching, I would say. Wash your face. Very powerful. Wash your face and come back. You know, when you wash, when you just walk, the cool breeze hits you. You feel good. When you feel good, here also little tension reduces down. That's how it is. And then you can have breathing exercise, whatever you do, yes, but wash your face and you just walk. It hits you, then you wipe your face. It's really good to relax fast. So this is what I want. Any questions at this moment, guys?
Reflecting on it, is it after every paragraph or after the 2 pages?
I would always start with every paragraph. If you're okay with that, do it after the 2 pages. Okay, I give you, it's completely flexible, guys. Good question again, Subramanian. Because as I told, I'm approaching someone who is learning something new. That is where I'm approaching. But for you, you might not be learning a new technology. You're just learning the same thing which you have built such a long time of experience. You're good in that. It's just some new stuff added into it, a new version. So you can pick it up faster. Like Pramod has to go through Microsoft, whatever platform. So he is familiar with that. It's a new thing added. Okay, the features you get to know. Okay, this is how you use it. Good. So now you take a decision on that. Your call is important because you are an expert in that field. I'm not. I'm over here to help you out for a person new to become an expert fast. So that's where I'm going. So I'm going a bit slow over here today because I want to make sure, because this is important, it gives you money. If the more efficient you become, the happier you are. Because most people at work, they're not happy. Okay, they're doing by force. So let's make it much enjoyable stuff. So what I want you to do, any questions?
So yeah, Srijit here.
Yes.
Actually, I wanted to know that if like previously you told us that each point like 1, 2, and 3, like 1 is for the rocket, 2 is for the duck and all. So if we consider that same that house fashion or that palace memory technique. So by that, if we go, then I have means under each points I have sub points. So how can I differentiate means from means each point under that sub point and
All right.
paragraphs under that?
Okay, good. Srijit, I'll work with you. In fact, this is a very good point for many people have to go through it. So we'll do that. First, we'll continue this task and then I'll come back to you. Okay, on that?
Okay, fine.
Okay, good one. So now what I want you to do is I want to set up time for at least 3 minutes. No, I'll do it 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. You're reading the first paragraph, then you're reading the second paragraph, 20%, 4 lines, 3 lines, and then you make a decision. Should I read this thing fully or not? I have to read it. You read fully, and then you take some few seconds and connect it, become familiar, and then read it. This is what I want. Okay, and guys, go ahead, start. Your time starts now. 5 minutes I'm giving to you. You can use the zoom technique, you can use the visual pace technique, you can use tapping technique. Make sure you do the pre-reading. It's important. Since we're putting a lot of breaks, I want that pre-reading to be done. Continue reading, guys. All right, your time ends now. So how's it going on, guys? I want to hear from you, or I want to see from you. Yes, Pramod, tell me.
Yeah, sorry, it was quite good. Like whenever I was going para to para, it was the reflection was quite quick, and I was able to make a decision whether I was going for private, and I was really able to utilize.
Good. So it's working out for you. Awesome. Thanks. What about Subramaniam? Good. Speed has increased since I was able to unwind paragraphs, which I talked about history. Awesome. So look, Subramaniam says that, okay, this is a very good point. Subramaniam coming with really good points today. I really like that. Look, he said that speed is increased since I was able to unwind paragraphs which talked about history. I was able to omit the unwanted paragraphs which talked about history. Now, history, when he says history, would be history for him, which he already knows. And that is a good point. He just eliminated and he's looking for the latest stuff. You know, going back to my example with the dressing, the latest trend. I want the latest. And he's going for the latest stuff. Because he has that experience. Like how you guys have experience in your field. You're looking for the latest stuff. The old stuff, we have done it. We have worked on it. I know it. For a fresher, it's all new. So that is a good point which you just mentioned. Just wanted to make sure everyone gets that. Thank you. Sivi, how's it going on? Can I hear from you?
Yeah, it was good. I could read better.
You could read better. All right. Okay, nice. Gupta ji, tell me about you.
It is good. This reading speed already matlab, enhanced. Earlier, whenever I come across some new stuffs or formulas in the technical data, I spend more time. But now, whenever I found any not so important stuffs, I escape that stuff and concentrate on the important ones, and certain points which I found interesting, and which is new to me, latest to me, there I concentrate more. It
Good.
takes some time, but like earlier the problem was whenever I found it quite difficult, and I have to concentrate more, I stopped there and thought to study that later, and that's how it uh, I can't study ultimately within a definite time. But now I found a formula for this.
Good, good, good. Feeling good about it?
Really great.
Awesome, awesome. That's the thing, guys. This is what I wanted you to go through it, because that's the reason I went through this process, because you'll come out with questions for me and I want you to experience. Rather than just telling, do this, do this, do this. I don't like that, because I don't see results. I'm not satisfied with that. Okay, for me, my satisfaction is very much important. Then comes your satisfaction. So I need to make sure that you have completely got it and it's working out for you. All right, good. Now, Srijit, I didn't hear from you.
Yeah, it was absolutely one full chapter for me done right now. It is quite nice because I had, means whatever I do in my daily job, in my profession, on the floor, I do it daily. So those things were like a bread and butter for me. So those points were just look at, I have an experience of that, and then you move forward. And so I devoted quite a certain proportion time to the stuff which I had a bit of less knowledge, or I had a bit of less experience. So I was like categorize my time to what was more important for me rather than whatever I had already experienced before. So it was quite nice rather than going on daily each and every step by step curriculum sort of thing. It was nice.
That's good. Now, guys, even for a technical book, you're taking ownership. You're not like, oh, it's technical book, I have to read everything. You're not doing like that. Srijit is into medical profession. So he's like, he's not exam purpose, I should know everything. He's like, I do it, I know it. And that's where you're going, taking that ownership level. Now it is, everything is going with your way, and it's building up more confidence. As you go, trust me, this gives you more confidence that I know it, I have, and you really acknowledge the experience you have. You won't say I have 10 years of experience and then someone asks you a question, you're like blank. You know, we know so many people like that. We must have taken interviews and we ask them questions like, I did it long back in that project. We give excuses. So that's where we are growing each day as we're going through this technique talk. Good. Okay, now Srijit, coming back to your question. Very good question. You said that when I have 10 points and in that 10 points, I have sub 5 points. What do I do?
Yeah.
Okay. In this case, what I do is I use the memory palace first. So in that memory palace, suppose I have the sofa, okay? If you remember, there was a carrot which was jumping up. So in that was my number, sofa was coming like the staircase, okay? There was a door, then the staircase, then the sofa. Yeah, so it was 3 over there. So in that example, look, how am I connecting now? Even right now, I'm seeing the picture, my room. I'm just thinking about the room, everything. Yeah, it is number 3. It has to be number 3. I cannot be wrong. That's how I'm confident over here. Okay, so once you do in the sofa, from that sofa, you're putting the number tag system. 1 is a rocket. So a rocket jumping from that sofa going somewhere. And you're putting that stuff on that rocket. Then coming back, there's a duck who's jumping on that sofa now. The rocket has gone, the duck is there. Then you have traffic signals, something connected with that sofa and the traffic signal. So that's how you're putting 5 or even 10 things inside that memory palace. You're connecting.
Yeah.
That's what I want you to do. If you want everything to be in sequence. Or else you can also customize it with a storytelling. Okay, you can start with a rocket, rocket goes up and hits a duck. So duck, something happened, then something, and then bring it back to the sofa. Connect it like that, if you want.
I got you. Yeah.
All right?
Fine,
so this really helps you to get things solved much easier. All right, guys, how is it going on right now? I want to know from you guys. Give me a quote out of 0 to 10. I don't like this good. I always like out of 10. All right, awesome, good, thank you.
Hi, this is Shubman. This is really awesome. I like it, that latest, the technical way of study. And one thing I want to mention that you have given us a certain task of association on the Union territories. So on that, I formed a story with those letters, with those symbolic, the apartment, doors, window, carpet. But due to the video is too long, and that's why I can't send you.
Okay, no problem, nothing like that. It's okay.
I have tried that.
Good.
That was really interesting to remember.
Right. Nice, thank you. It's good when you take practice, when you take action, everything becomes good, guys. That's good. How is it, Sibi? I want to hear from you, Sibi. How's it going on?
Yeah, it was going good, and I have to practice more.
Practice more. All right, awesome. Okay, guys. Okay, now I just want to have this open conversation over here with all of you. Is that Okay, right now you got to know the program, how it is and everything. So I want to know more about any add-ons should be included to make it more, to move to the next level. I want to know from you guys, since you have gone through the 6 days. Anything you would want to add? Anything which, if it's there, it will be good?
Yeah, South Srijit here.
Yes, tell me.
Yeah, make us more means give us more stuff to practice. Like people are like it's means we are means until and unless we are getting pushed or we have a deadline like that thing, we are not moving. So I guess we need to practice more. That is the thing. Because whatever I read is totally of technical stuff, but daily increasing the pace of by practicing more, that should be one start. And so like if you give some one blog or a journal or any material to study of a soft copy like that, so we can means we'll have a means I mean to say a same platform, a same platform on which everyone can be equally judged.
Okay, okay. So you want something which okay, read this blog and finish it off, something like that you want from me?
Yeah. Like so, people can have a same platform on which they can be judged. Otherwise, like some people study this, some people study that, but at least in one day, one thing should be something like that apart from the daily practice, which should be from your platform of the same.
Okay, interesting. One in a week, okay, twice in a week or else.
And one thing I want to add on that
Yes.
whoever read faster or benefited more, if you the star performance, you highlighted that. So weekly, if such type of stuffs are displayed, so it will boost up more.
Okay, good. Weekly star performer. By the way, this week's performer was Subramaniam, I guess. I didn't see the performance sheet, but as far as I see, it's Subramaniam, I guess. He went and read the technical document also, so I'm quite happy with that. Before we went into technical this thing. Okay, good. I take that. Anything else, Sibi? I want to hear from Sibi actually. More.
Nothing more to add. Everyone said.
Everyone same? Okay. Subramaniam?
I would say, like, I feel like if there are more motivational videos, that would be helpful, because we are reading, motivational videos, because we are reading text and blogs. So if it is in the form of video, it would motivate us to read every day.
Okay. Motivational videos. Okay. You want from someone else or from me? I just want to know.
It can be both, from you as well as external.
You know, because if motivational, you already have it in YouTube. You can watch it.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that adds that push, I would say. But I want to make sure that, you know, the reason why I stopped the motivation thing on after the first week is because I want to make sure that I will not be there every time. You have to take that ownership. You have to move to the next level. You have to read that thing. And that's the reason what I've designed is as you come to my 2-day event, guys, I do not know if you know, there's a 2-day event which is coming up in Bangalore. The dates are yet to be confirmed, where I take you to the same thing, but I take you a customized way how you want. You bring. It's more about curriculum. Like Subramaniam has to design his own curriculum. This year, these are the areas I want to learn. And I will not drift in any book. This book is good, I will not read that. This month, these 2 months, only about, suppose I'm into sales, I read about sales. How do I sell cars? How do I become a consultant? Okay, what strategies I need? I read only on that. Okay, I listen to blogs, I watch, it's only that. So that is where we're designing a 2-day event, which is coming up in Bangalore. So people who are interested, the dates will be given to you. So that's where an add-on I have done it, where there's nothing to pay anyone. It is part of this program. So this is something which I added new. So the dates will be next year sometime, I'm thinking, because we want to have more people coming in. I don't want to do just for 5 people or 4 people. So that is where I'm thinking, completely practical, where I get a chance to meet you guys also. So that is what I'm thinking over here, because I want to take you to the next level. So that is what I'm adding on. Anything else, guys? Tell me. It's an open discussion because I want to make sure. Okay, what was the best thing? All right, now since you have been being very honest with you, okay, let me put you. Okay, I want to. Okay, now could you just tell me at least the main things which you. Okay, what's happening? Okay, stop sharing. Stop sharing. Okay. Now, okay, Subramaniam, could you just tell me what were the best takeaways you got from this program? Subramaniam.
Yeah.
1 minute,
Best
Subramaniam.
takeaway.
Yeah. Subramaniam, your face is coming down. Can you just change the camera and yeah, that's better.
The best takeaway is the 3-step process: rapport reading, observe yourself, and change your state. That is the best takeaway.
Okay, for today. I'm talking about the new you journey as you joined it.
That is
Now I want to hear from
using the left
Subramaniam
finger.
first. Subramaniam, can you go back a bit?
Yeah.
1 minute, guys. I want to mute.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I cannot mute all of you. Can you please, all of you mute except for Subramaniam? All of you are muted. Okay, good. Yeah, Subramaniam, can you go back and tell me? Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, the best takeaway is the thing you explained about the left brain and the right brain, and also using the left finger to point and read, because that boosted my speed, and also I was able to move forward rather than staying in the same topic.
Okay, all right, good.
Before I was not using my finger, so I was just staring at the book, and there were diversions. And when I used the finger, I was able to concentrate more, and I was able to quickly finish
Okay.
the finger technique. Yeah.
Another question I just want to ask is, for whom would be this program best for?
This program, it would be best for students, college and school students.
Okay.
And next, it will be best for IT professionals who have to update the technologies every day. Like, technology keeps changing, and we have to update it, because if you're not updating, you cannot survive.
Okay. I just want to know, how many emails do you read per day?
On an average, it is about 80 to 100 emails.
80 to 100 emails, right? Okay. That's good. And how many hours do you might spend on a day on reading, whether it's Facebook post also or anything reading? I just want to know professionally.
Okay. Reading, I think it was very minimal. I think about 1 hour.
1 hour.
Total, yeah.
Okay.
But now it's more than that.
So is it because you're enjoying reading now?
Yeah, definitely. Now my distractions, I have no time for Facebook or YouTube. So
Wow, that is really nice. That's really nice. Thanks. Anything you want to add on?
no, that's it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Can I hear from Pramod? Pramod, are you there? Can I promote? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, it's fine with me. South. Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, can you switch on your camera?
Uh, just a second. Yeah.
Yeah. So can you tell me what were the best takeaways from the new you?
Yeah, the first thing was, as Subramaniam said, it was the left hand being used. I tell you one scientific clause behind this. Like, if we considering most of us as right-handed, if we start using our left hand, there is it's a medical thing. It's called as neuroplasticity. Like, it builds the new synaptic connections between the left and the right brain. So not only while studying, if you do your daily activities like brushing the teeth, and then even washing your utensils or everything, bit by bit, everything with your left hand, you will see a marked change within you. Like, your concentration will be much more focused, your distractions will be much more less, and your overall means that a attitude of getting towards life, that it starts on. And I have means witnessed with myself in this last couple of weeks. That's why I had learned previously before about this, but I was not applying it. So once I applied it, then it is starting to means. Previously I used to take on many things, like I used to study this, I used to study that, and this, that, and lot, but I never used to get finished off with everything. So after I started your course and everything, once I catch on one perfect thing and I finish it off, and then I move to the other, and it's quite a systematic process. Other than that, though, your this tapping visual technique and Zoom and this memory palace, those are awesome. Like, I'm even able to frame out what I had studied 10 to 12 days back also, which I was missing previously before this course.
Good. That's nice. That's nice. And I just want to know, since you told about using the left hand, have you got any kind of facts that within how many days, if you keep on using your left hand, the opposite hand, the results like distraction, more focus develops? Just out of curiosity, I want to know that. Is there any kind of, from medical term?
Yeah, that's the medical purely is the neuroplasticity. But once what I had studied from Robin Sharma's audio, he said that it was like about 45 to 60 days. If you use it continuously, then these things become very prominent. And even I have started marking on my pages and whatever I study, means a straight line with my left hand. So
Good.
it was previously like I couldn't hold my pen also with the left hand, but now I can just do it. It's becoming smoother day by day.
Awesome. Awesome. That's good. That's good. And you're a person who has to read a lot, right?
Yeah, no. Otherwise, I can't be able to stay in this field.
That's good.
Me out.
Yeah, that's nice. Anything else you want to add on?
No, so it's awesome. Let me know about your next year dates. If I
Yes, I will be talking about that thing also pretty soon. All right, good. Can I hear from Mr. Pramod? Thank you, Srijit.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, Mr. Pramod. Yeah, Pramod, I just want to know, what was the best takeaways you got from joining in the program?
I've increased my reading speed.
All right, that's nice. Anything else?
And thing is that now I'm able to get a better comprehension. Like, well, in the meantime, like, when I'm using different kind of techniques, like, tapping technique and visual laser, so I can get the things very easily. And at the same time, I'm able to visualize as well the things, and specifically
Good.
my technical stuff.
That's
Like
nice.
now, during our quiz, I gone to a new, entire new technology. Like, we have a number of products. So I went through it.
Can you please repeat it a bit louder because it's going low?
Hello.
Louder.
Yeah, just recently, you can say, like the last 15 minutes, as per 12, I went through them some new products like this, which my Microsoft released. So it was quite easy for me to grab the things with with these techniques.
All right.
It was things so there are some graphs and all that super graphs. So it was quite easy.
Nice stuff. All right. So I just want to know. So you happen to read a lot of PDF files? Is that what's your daily reading? How many emails do you have to read in a day?
Oh, I read around 100, 150 emails. But now I think I hardly can say like there are basic challenges in reading the mails. The thing is, most of the time it's technical stuff and we have to revert on each and every email. But yes, now I'm able to at least you can say prioritize the mail. So on which mail we have to reply and which one we have to go.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you very, very much. Can I hear from Sibi? Sibi.
Hi.
Yes.
My best takeaway were from the first 2 weeks of sessions, which include the tapping technique and speech, Zoom comprehension, and those were my best takeaway. And when coming to this memory techniques and the word, understanding the meaning of the word, I came across it previously, so it was like I used stuff. So that were my best takeaways.
All right, awesome. So I just want to know how many hours do you, how many emails do you read in a day?
Like 80 to 100, maximum 150.
Okay, all right. And how many hours do you spend on reading professionally in a day?
Professionally, not reading much, and other than that, I used to spend 1 to 2 hours.
Okay, for yourself, 1 to 2 hours reading for self. Okay. Any add-ons you want to add?
Add-ons, nothing.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Sibi. Can I hear from Mr. Gupta?
Hi, South.
Yes. So what were the best takeaways you got from this program?
Actually, I have lots of books, technical stuffs to read. And earlier, I take a very long time to complete that. And with time, I lost my interest on finishing the topics, anything else. But from this training, I found it very interesting to how concentrate myself on that through your formulas, through your techniques. And from now onward, I have started avoiding all the disturbances and make proper time for reading on a day. And thereby I found it very interesting, and I build up confidence within myself to tackle any type of interviews and face the senior hierarchy in my company. Mm. Earlier which I avoided much to interact with the senior pupils. From now onwards, I have planned myself to how to properly read the documents and recapitulate that, memorize that, and how I have to face them in my work areas and other places also.
All right. Okay. Nice. That's really nice. I just want to know, do you, how many emails do you happen to read every day?
We have to read normally 50 to 60 emails on an average regularly, and apart from that, I read 1 hours daily.
1 hour daily. Okay. All right. That's great. Okay, thank you very much. So guys, okay, this week, what I want you to do is I want you to read technical documents. Okay, that's what I want you to do. So let me just show you what your performance metrics would be for this week. Okay, someone has got, I want to share my screen. What's happening? Who's disabled attendee screen sharing? Okay, there's some kind of problem which has just come up. Get back my control. What do you see on the screen? Is it my face?
Yes, yes, just your face.
Okay, you see my face. And, recording share. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. What I want you to do is to leave this and come join again, because I just want to show you the performance sheet. There's some, I cannot get control over this. There's some kind of problem. So just log out and then log in, guys. Sorry for that. Just log yourself out and then log in, guys.
Yeah, so
Yes.
you can see your, yeah, it's fine.
Okay, good. Okay, guys. Okay. Yeah, this is what I want to share. This week's performance metrics would be like this. You do the speed test and then I want you to read for about 15 minutes. This is minimum. It's up to you. You read for 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever it is. So you are reading the pattern which I already shared to you. You read the first, you go to the Zoom technique. If it is technical stuff, you see the headings, subheadings, diagrams, then the Zoom comprehension technique. And then for at least for 3 to 4 pages. And then you come back and then you read the whole thing. The way how I explained, 20 to 30%, and then make a decision. So this everything, I don't want to put like separate timings. I want you to go in one flow. And you set the timings, 3 pages, 4 pages, 5 pages. So this smart reading is basically something which I want you to do for online technical. So please experiment, to find out how you're improving, and then go ahead and read another document for 1 minute and tell me your speed. It could be a blog. You can use a blog for this and then a technical document, or you can use the same technical document for doing the whole drill. Am I clear over here?
Is this a it is a soft copy, right? You're referring?
Yes, I'm talking about soft copy. I want you to read something very technical, whether it's a PDF file, whether it's ebook, whatever it is. The way we did it right now, the preview, overview, read. I did not set up times, so I do not want to put a time. So 15 minutes could be for about 4 pages, 5 pages, whatever it is you want to read. And then for the speed test, please pick up another blog from Bill Gates or from anywhere and test yourself. How many words per minute am I reading? Is that clear, guys? Okay, Gupta says yes. And I believe everyone says yes. Okay, good. Another thing, guys, I want to make sure, please do not share the video link, recording which I give to you, to anyone among yourself. If you have a problem, please contact me. Okay, please do not communicate within yourself for the sharing of the link, because each link is being designed for one particular person. That's how it is set up. So please make sure if you share it to others, we will get to know, and then the system just blocks it off. So make sure if you have anyone asking, ask them to request for me, and I have no problems in extending the dates. But make sure it is on that particular date itself. 1 day maximum I'll extend. All right, any other questions you have? I see no questions. I think everything is all good. And thank you very much, guys. This was today's session. Another thing I wanted was how to increase my spoken skills later on. Okay, that we'll speak about that thing a bit later. Okay, Gupta. Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
So this is Pramod. I'm having most of the time, so I'm referring to videos. So is there any technique to go through the videos? Yes, we can go through yes,
What videos you're talking about?
technical stuff.
Technical videos. Is it like a demonstration, like go here, go there, click here, click there?
No. It's like, it's a simple.
I cannot hear you. Can you please unmute yourself, Pramod?
No, it's not really explained. Like, for example, they believe author thinks it's a Microsoft certified trainer over there. So he explains with the help of graphs and can say like demonstrate through video.
What is this challenge you're facing? Can you be a bit louder, Pramod? Your voice keeps going down. Like this.
Yeah. So what is the which technique we should use?
No, I want to know what is your problem first. What is the challenge you're facing when you're watching videos?
I'm not able to understand like what exactly means. I can't remember exactly.
You're not able to understand. Is it the language problem?
No, it's like I'm not able to remember things. Like,
You're not able to remember things. Okay. Okay. So it's something like when you hear someone, you're not able to remember. You're not able to understand, get it. Is that what's happening? Mm-hmm. So I just have a few questions. Is there some lack of knowledge, prior knowledge about this technology you're reading?
no, it's not like that.
It's not like that. So where is the gap coming up? I want to understand first.
The thing is that the videos are quite long, quite lengthy, like 15 to 20 minutes or half an hour, most of it is 45 minutes.
Okay.
After listening, so I can focus hardly 15 to 20 minutes. So that like,
Okay. Is this is these videos supposed to be watched in the office only?
Yes.
You cannot watch it at home.
I can watch, but most of the time I have that video in the office. So.
Okay, you watch it over there. So now you understood yourself that, look, this is the observation you have done, that 20 minutes I can listen, I'm focused. So 20 minutes you listen. 20 minutes you take the break, and in that break you're only thinking. You have to do practical stuff. Please do not just listen and then I'll do it. If I'll do it later, will never work out. You listen for 20 minutes and then practical stuff, you go to the system and check it out. That's how you have to do, because now you're taking ownership of what you learned.
Yes.
What happens, most people go through the whole thing, it becomes an entertainment. You're feeling good, okay, I'm learning, at least for others I'm learning, that kind of feeling comes. But practicality is zero over there. All right, that is important. If you can take this video and put to another platform, there are few platforms where you can increase the speed. Like how now I have introduced the video recordings which are in 1x 2x speed. You can increase that speed. You need to Google and find out on if you can do that. If you cannot do that, please be honest with yourself that you're only listening for 20 minutes or 10 minutes, and next 10 minutes I am coming out, having a cup of coffee or a break, then coming and doing it, task, whatever I learned. Because this is very good. You're testing yourself, like after a break, I have a coffee, what all do I remember? Now you remember, and then you do it, and then you can check it out. Just push forward and go to 20 minutes. Whatever he said, do I remember? That is making you a winner. Like, yeah, I'm good in this. I know it. That is what you need to do it. You should not sit together and listen. Even right now, if I had kept on telling you, giving you a lecture and you sitting down, which has been happening for most of our years in academic years, it's boring. You have to make people do it, so they test it out, they come back with you with good questions. Try it out and let me know. Guys, okay, there's one more thing which I want to mention over here. If you have any challenges, this is completely an optional one. For people who are not there today, who are watching the recording, if you have questions, when you're facing, any questions you're facing, I do have a bonus Q&A. This bonus Q&A session will be there on Friday or Saturday. I'll tell you the timings. And if I get questions, then only I will organize that. If I do not get questions by Thursday, by email, that means there is no session happening. An email will be sent that there is no group session which is happening. Okay? So I make this, if you have any questions, wherever you have gone through struggle, and please make sure you update the performance sheet. That is important. Guys, as Subramaniam has experience, that he puts his photograph, he gets that confidence, accountability. I want you to go also do it. It is helping you. That is more important. Please do not ignore this. Yeah. That will never help you out. If you want to see results, change in yourself, be serious.